Hola, it's me, and I'm here with another pickups video. I had a friend come into town, well actually a couple friends come into town this weekend, and they are both gamers, and one of the things that we do whenever they come down is we hit as many stores as we can, game stores, comic book stores, board game stores as well, but whenever they come down, my friends, they don't have access to stores like I do, so they tend to go a little nuts. I, on the other hand, should have control, but I don't. And I do like to spend a little money when they're here. It just, when you're with people that are spending money, it really does kind of feel good to spend money. As dumb as it is, even if you might not have that much money, I find it's kind of a fun thing. If everybody's buying themselves games and they get that excitement from it, I want to get that same excitement. So I did pick up a few games. I actually picked them both up from the first location we went to. We went to actually 6 locations. There are now quite a few places to buy video games in my city. There's a couple of the old game stores have opened new game stores. So there's basically kind of two owners, but 4 stores, and then there's an additional 2 places where you can go. We went to the very first place is a flea market, and that's actually, well, it's a store within a flea market, and that's actually where I purchased my games. We also went to a little kind of nerd fair, which was a lot of fun. Didn't find any game deals there, but my friend was able to get a bunch of pop vinyls for very cheap, so that's kind of fun. So the first pickup, which I've been showing for a long time but haven't talked about, is Front Mission 3. And this is an RPG, but it's a little more kind of modern. It's hard for me to really tell you what it is because I haven't done that much research into it, but I know that it's pretty involved. It's part of a series. I already owned Front Mission 4. I really want to give this a try fairly soon, just to get an idea of what it's like. This game tends to go for, $30-$35. I paid a touch under that, and that these prices are all Canadian, of course. I don't know. I didn't get an amazing deal, but I'm happy to have this. The other game I got is Breath of Fire 2. Excuse me, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yes, Breath of Fire 3. Just a couple weeks ago, I would have shown. Well, I did show that I picked up Breath of Fire 4. So I actually had this priced out a little higher than 4, I believe. Maybe that's wrong. But this is close to a $50 Canadian game, so that would be something in the $35-$40 range for American dollars nowadays. Again, some people love these games. I still have never played one. The thing with buying RPGs, which is what I've been doing a lot lately, just because the market is essentially dictating what I'm buying. I have lists for every system. I buy on the systems that have the most reasonable prices. Right now the PS1 for some reason hasn't jumped that much. Even the PS2 has jumped, but the PS1 has stayed fairly consistent. So PS1's where I'm going. The problem with RPGs is excuse me, that you can't see. If I was someone who edited, I wouldn't have that in there, but I'm going to do it again. Excuse me. You can't really play them all. Well, some people probably can. But if you have kind of a job, and unless you're playing video games every minute you're not in your job, it would be hard to try all your RPGs and finish them all. So basically I have this huge backlog of games to try or to even play. And this is going to go right on top of that pile. So, but, it's still... I love the hunt. I love a little bit of everything else, so I don't really need to play it right away. I know it's probably going to work. If it doesn't work, I'll live. I'm not going to... It's not going to be the end of the world. It wouldn't make me happy, but it's not the worst thing. Now, as I previously mentioned, we did do other things than going to video game stores. My friends are very much into comic book related stuff, and comic books as well. But they also like board games a lot. And I don't have many board games or card games or anything like that. So I figured I'd add one that I can probably figure out how to play. Nowadays, these board games are so complex, and it's a lot of work goes into just understanding the rules of one simple game. But this seemed simple enough. I wanted something quick, something cheap. I didn't want to break the bank. I had spent a lot of money over the weekend. So I bought a game called Guillotine. It's a card game, and I don't know anything about it, but my friend said, yeah, it's good. Good enough for me. So yeah, just a little non-video game pickup. So Guillotine, something I don't buy very often in a board game. There's Breath of Fire 3, because I can count now. There's Front Mission 3. I didn't even realize both games were 3s. And those are my pickups for the weekend. Hopefully I'll have something next week. I do apologize that it's taking a while. Like my last video was released a week after I had actually purchased the games. This I will release probably 3 or 4 days after the fact. I'm going to try to get back on schedule a little bit. There are some weeks where I just don't go pick up games because I'm not always loaded, or I'm not always, I don't always have the time to do so. But I do like to have a little more of a regular schedule. I don't like having 2-week stretches where I don't post anything. All right. Thanks for watching.